so excited to have you here tonight. I'm the director of bands here at Weber High School, and this is your Weber High School jazz band, the Alley Cats. Give it up. Our first piece, exit music for a film, featured Cale Wilkinson on the keyboard, Molly Meixell on the trumpet, and Zach Eldridge on the saxophone. Our second piece, Conjunction Junction, I hope that took you back to the good old elementary school days. And that featured Molly Meixell, our vocalist, and Miles Haley, Dallin Hanson, and Dallin Erickson. As we come to the end of the school year, I had the opportunity to interview each one of our seniors, and we put together a couple videos for you tonight. So I'm going to have Mr. Daniels up in the booth start our tribute videos to our seniors.
My name is Miles Haley. I play the bass guitar and electric guitar, but I played bass guitar with the jazz band for the last 2 years. My favorite band memory would have to be going on tour. We went on tour in April. It was a great time. I hung out with my good friend Tyler. We were just having a grand old time in Disneyland, and the performances were really great. The clinics were super helpful. It was just a great time. A piece of music, I would like to do a band piece of music. It's not one that I've necessarily played, but my favorite ever jazz band piece is My Favorite Things by John Coltrane. I'm just a big fan of that song. It was the first jazz song I'd heard that I really spoke to me. My dad gave me the vinyl a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it. So, the person who's had the biggest impact on my band music experience has to be my band director, Taylor Van Bibber. He's been amazing for me, giving me many opportunities to solo, giving me opportunities to improvise on bass, and luckily not making me stick straight to sheet music because I could not do that if that was the case. So he's been very, very helpful in giving me this setting to really shine, I think, in band. Band has taught me how to be more cohesive with the group, how to really listen to everybody, how to listen to my section, but also just the full band, and how to fit what I'm doing into a specific place, I suppose, and not overshine and not get lost, just really kind of find my place in a specific group of people, I suppose. Something that I'm proud of that people may not have noticed is I've gotten significantly better at reading sheet music. I started off barely being able to read it, and now I'm able to sight read a more simple piece fairly quickly. More complex things are obviously still difficult, but I came into jazz band in my junior year knowing next to nothing about how to read sheet music. I just knew what the notes were, and now I feel somewhat confident in sight reading bass, so that's something that's helped. The thing I miss the most about jazz band is just absolutely the people that I knew and just performing. The people that I knew, meeting, I didn't really know, like Charlie Edwards or Harper or Cale Wilkinson super well before jazz band, and now I know them pretty well. There's some people I've met that I've really enjoyed, and performing on stage, I don't know where my life will take me, and I really enjoy having this opportunity to perform on stage, and I don't know the next time I'll have that, so I'm definitely going to miss performing. My plans for the future include, so I'm going to Weber State University and going to go into either film or sound design for theater. I would like to give a shout out to, again, my director. He really just gave me the opportunity to shine in band. I would not be nearly as good of a bassist as I am now if it wasn't for my director. So thank you, Mr. Van Bibber. I really appreciate it. Shout out my dad. He's the reason I'm so into music. My mom enjoys music quite a lot, but my dad is the reason that I really got into it. Any nostalgic song that I have in my life is for my dad entirely. So he was definitely the reason that I enjoy music, and probably the reason I joined jazz band.
Hello, my name is Tyler Maudison, and I'm one of the pianists on the jazz band. Oh my goodness. So it's hard to pick one of my absolute favorite jazz band memory because there's just so many awesome ones. But immediately what comes to mind was junior year big band bash. Harper left out her splash cymbal, and I still feel a little bad about this, but not really because it was really funny. So I got her crash cymbal and I put it on the drumstick, And I went around and I just had different members of the band like smack the cymbal, and because it was a song that I wasn't in, and so it was fun. It was just fun. I like had some people in the audience smack it, and it was a lot of fun. And then Harper saw that I did that after, and she was like, Tyler, you used my stick, and now I have to retape my stick because you messed up the tip of my stick. And so I feel bad about it, but not really, because it was really funny. But it's called Years of Therapy, and it's a jazz song. But I think it's what bridged the gap for me between the rules of classical music and jazz music. And it made me feel a lot more like I'm part of something, like with the jazz band. I listened to it like early on while I was getting used to playing jazz piano for the first time. And so in Years of Therapy, it starts out as like, and it's like very classical, but then it breaks down and it's like, and I was just like, I love jazz, man. And it really like, I already loved jazz, but it really got me to understand how jazz works. And it got me to really feel like, I love jazz, man, I gotta give credit to two people. I can't just do one. Obviously, my man, Van Bibber over here, I feel like towards the beginning of the year, like, I think we were maybe on like a little bit of a different wavelength. Like, I was totally like, but I feel like especially this last year, we've gotten like more harmonious creatively, and he had to make me learn that I have to lock in. Like, I can't just like, you know, BS my way through things because it doesn't sound as good, and you know, it can take away from the band, and I gotta learn how to blend, right? And so that's, Mr. Van Baber locked me in there and taught me a lot of good lessons that way, not just in music, but in life that way. And then the other person I gotta give credit to is my boy, Miles. Like, you know, he's been one of my best friends on the whole planet since like really since 7th grade. We've known each other since like 4th grade, and I wouldn't be, you know, as passionate about music as I am if it wasn't for his, you know, takes on music, him getting me into it. Like, he showed me Radiohead, and that's what took me from Biggie Smalls to some actual like other music. And so those two gentlemen right there, biggest influence, biggest help. I'm pretty proud of my, I feel like I've changed as a performer and as a musician. I think I went from sort of, I definitely have been like a little arrogant towards like the beginning of junior year. I sort of was under the impression like, oh yeah, music is this, and you know, I can do it this way, I can do whatever I want. And I'm proud of the journey that I've taken to realize that to be part of something big, you sometimes have to allow yourself to be smaller. You have to let yourself build up to a big ensemble, because it's not about you. And so I think that I'm proud of sort of overcoming my own mental blocks there and allowing myself to become more one of the guys of the band and less, I guess, full of what I think music should be. There's so much I'm really miss about jazz band. Like, just being able to play with the people that are in the band, I'm sure everyone said that, but it's true. Like, it's such an amazing group of people, and so I'm just gonna miss a lot of the people, man, because the realistic thing is that a lot of us aren't gonna see each other again, and that sucks, but it just means you gotta cherish the time that we have, you know? Oh my goodness. Okay, so immediately after high school, my plans is that I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sell 3D printed stuff with my family business and try and get little 3D printed dragons and creatures in the gift shops. But I'll also be pursuing my real passion, which is performing in like stand-up comedy and music. And I'm thanking my parents for like supporting me through music and just all my passions. Like, literally nothing that I have ever done academically or, you know, any of my goals would be possible without my mom, without my dad, and without my brother too, honestly. Xavier, my boy, Xavier, he's the GOAT, man. He goes crazy. Miles, Mr. Van Bibber, once again, I can't shout him out enough. And I would never be in as happy of a position as I am in my life, and I wouldn't be as joyful as I am without the people in my life.
Charlie Edwards. I play the tenor saxophone, and I've played in both the jazz band and the Wood Console. I played a little clarinet in there too. Honestly, I think one of my favorite band memories is going back and forth with Cooper Christensen on, like he was my idol sophomore year, like playing jazz band, and so we would hop back and forth between saxophone solos. It was just kind of this huge moment for me. Ooh, that's a complicated one. I think one of the most impactful songs on me in general, I'd say Moanin'. It's what the song that got me into jazz and kind of fully realized, you know, what my loves are for it, but there's so many more songs that, I don't know, music's just so impactful, and I don't think I could ever pick a single song that would, you know, define me, or, because every single little song probably feels a little part of me. I'm gonna give 3 answers, because there's 3 answers, like the most impactful, as a 4. 2, of course, being the great Taylor Van Bibber. I don't know, I always had this kind of thought of music's being very precise, very rigid, being very strict, almost a little angry about it, but you kind of Bibber brought like a different energy, more fun energy, more relaxed. And I learned how to appreciate that and how to use that more. Another person is Dr. Fulmer, which is kind of ironic. He is very hard to learn from, like to watch as a conductor. He's very hard to analyze, but his passion for music, kind of his space, you kind of learn how to do it. And then I think, actually I'll do the big 3, Molly, Gus, and Ben. All 3 of them, just, whether it be through competition, trying to beat each other for solos, or just collaboration. I don't think I've met 3 better musicians that I've appreciated their input and company on. Band's taught me that there's going to be things that you're good at, and there's going to be a lot of things that you're not going to be good at. And it doesn't take just one day, it takes years and years of effort. And don't let up, because sometimes there's someone out there to take your job, and so you got to keep working and, you know, make friends. What I'm proud of is just kind of my ability to just, like, I've learned how to be in the music. I feel like you kind of take for granted, past the notes and the lines, just what it feels like to put your soul into something. And so I feel like as an audience, you might not be able to hear the difference between just playing a note and being soulful about it. Some musicians can tell the difference, but I feel like that's what I'm most proud of, is I was able to learn how to put my everything into a song. I'm just gonna miss everyone. It's gonna really suck kind of going into a new place and then having to learn about everyone else and learning what the new dynamic is. And they're all just, the friends I've made here, they're all amazing musicians, and I'll miss them a lot. I plan on going to University of Washington and join the ROTC, hopefully become a fighter pilot, but of course I'm gonna try to keep playing my instrument here and there, releasing some things. I love Molly, Gus, Ben, Aiden, Zach, Harper, you know what? All of them, Olivia, Xavier, we'll shout out all of them, all the band members. I love my family. They've supported me every step of the way through it. Bibber, Windsor, everyone that has ever directed me, helped me out, talked to me.
This next piece is composed and conducted by Charlie Edwards.
piece of music that left a lasting impression is Vortex, one of my favorite jazz songs ever, and really fun to play. The person that had the biggest impact on my music experience is my dad, because he's the one that inspired me to play the saxophone and later the guitar. Something I learned in band is my ability to interact with people better. Playing music teaches you something about meshing with people, and I'll carry that for the rest of my life. I think my proudest accomplishment in band is picking up the guitar in the time that I did. I don't think a lot of people can do that. The thing I will miss most about band is all the people. I have so many friends in jazz band. That would be hard to part with. Well, big one there. What if I don't have it? Come up with I'll plan my future right now. Don't know for sure, but for the future, I'm definitely planning on sticking with the guitar. I want to see the world and keep music in my back pocket. Give a shout out to my dad for getting me into this thing. Give a shout out to Bibber for being the best band teacher I've had, and all my friends in jazz band for being the best bandmates ever. Gus Farrar. I play bari, sax, and the tuba. And I participated in wind ensemble, jazz band, and marching band all 3 years. Probably, I would say, hitting up the Big M after the concerts, and Mountain Star was fun too. Like two. First one would probably be for wind ensemble, first Suite in E flat, first tuba performance that I ever did, and if you know that song, it's pretty important. And then for jazz band, I would say My Funny Valentine, probably one of my all-time favorite songs that we play. Honestly, probably just my friends, Molly, Ben, Aiden, and then obviously Bibber's there, Kendrick, or Mr. Matheson, and Windsor, of course. It's taught me to always just kind of go with the flow, and to just kind of lay back and do what you need to do to help others so that you can all succeed. I'm proud of my growth on tuba. I've only started playing it since last year, and now I'm going to be marching drum corps on tuba, so that's pretty exciting. Probably just the fun of it. And I'm still going to do band. I'm going to school for it. I'm going to go march the whole summer away, but there's just something different about like high school band that just has this energy to it, and it's just fun. You get to mess around and just do a bunch of fun stuff. Well, this summer I'm going to be marching drum corps with the battalion, and hopefully for the next couple of summers I'll be marching drum corps. And then in the meantime, I'll be going to college at Utah Tech, at least for the first couple of years, getting my degree in music ed, hopefully. Shout out the academy, shout out my parents, shout out my sister specifically. If she didn't do band, I wouldn't have done band.
My favorite band memory would have to be either this year's tour or the tour from a couple years ago. They were both a blast. We had a ton of fun. One piece of music in jazz band that really stuck with me was Basie Straight Ahead. That taught me to play a lot more stuff than I was necessarily comfortable with, and I learned a lot about piano. I'd say the person with the biggest impact on my band experience would probably be Mr. Van Bibber. He's helped me a lot to coordinate my playing with the rest of the band and to help me become the best pianist that I can be. Band has taught me a few things. I'd say the most important is definitely about rhythm and timing. The piano, you can't always necessarily hear it, but it's pretty important, especially if you get off. One thing people probably didn't notice that I did was I wrote in all the solos for Basie Straight Ahead, and no one seemed to know that, but I knew it, and I was proud of myself. I think the thing I miss most about band is just being in a room and playing with people. It's pretty fun, and I'll probably miss that once it's over. My plans for the future, I'm probably not going to study music. I'm not all that great at it, but hopefully I'll do something that makes me a lot of money and benefits the world. So thanks to my parents for pushing me through a lot of piano lessons. Thanks to my piano teachers for dealing with me, especially my grandpa. And yeah, thanks to everyone who helped me along my way.
I play the trumpet, and I was in the marching band, the wind ensemble, and jazz band. To be honest, I think everyone probably would say that there's too many to choose, but for me, there's obviously a lot. A couple of my favorites, I would say, going to the Big M, those who know, hanging out with my friends just after concerts, and we'll like go back and watch the videos that like one of our parents took at the concert and talk about, how we think we did. Bus rides to and from different various competitions have always been a lot of fun, good bonding experiences. And also the good naps that I took on the floor in the band room. I loved all the music that we've done. Some of the pieces that left more of like a emotional impact, maybe I would say. There was this one song we played last year in an ensemble, Oh Monte Mysterium. That was a great piece. Very, like, I guess emotional. It was kind of like a ballad kind of piece, and I had a solo. And I remember really feeling the emotion when I played it, which, you typically want to feel when you do a piece, but I just felt it, especially in that piece, and I felt everyone's contribution, and it was just really nice. So yeah, that was it. Who's made the biggest impact on me in my band experience? I would honestly say just everybody. Everyone in band gives you different learning experiences, whether that's you trying to like better yourself into being like more patient or more kind, or you just people who have given you an emotional impression that has impacted you and taught you something. And also, like, of course, Mr. Van Bibber, our director, amazing impact, amazing impression. For me, band has taught me to try to trust other people and trust that they will give everything their best effort. And it's taught me not to blame other people for mistakes, to blame other people for your own mistakes. It's taught me to look inward, because you look inward a lot when you're in an ensemble like this, and when everything you do, you're the one who kind of chooses how it goes. You get one chance at your concert to make an impact and to do well. So yeah. For me, something that I'm proud of that maybe not a lot of people have noticed is just that I've become more patient. I used to be very for one, I used to be very insecure, and which would lead me to project that onto other people and be like, oh, they screwed up the concert, they did this, they did that. And I have, especially this year, just really started to look more inward, but also look at these other people and see, wow, they've done so amazing in these other things, and they're trying their best, and that's awesome. I'm gonna miss everybody just feeling like I belong somewhere, because before I did band, it's hard to feel like you're actually with, that you click and that you belong there. Debate is your thing, or just being popular is your thing, or whatever is your thing. You know, some people find that really easily, but I feel like a lot of us kids in band don't find that until we're in band. And so I'm gonna miss feeling like I belong somewhere. I mean, you know, I'll find somewhere else that I belong, but it's a really amazing feeling to feel like you're where you need to be. And so I'll miss that. And of course I'll miss just everybody, you know, and I'll miss making music and feeling the impact that the music has and the impact that you're making in that music. But yeah. My plans for the future. I plan to study music at Utah Tech University. And I mean, those are my technical plans, but other than that, just to get older and experience life. Yeah, of course. Shout out to the crew. Y'all know who you are. Shout out to just everybody in band for being so awesome. Shout out to anyone who played trumpet this year for dealing with me, doing section leader stuff and whatnot. And shout out to my whole family. Just anyone who made it to concerts, anyone who showed their support.
We are so glad that Orion was able to join us. We were hoping to get North here, but Miss Graham had to go and have a baby, so she's on maternity leave, and so we'll catch them next year. But there are a couple future Warrior Alley Cats right there in that group that are have made it to Jazz Band next year, so we're really excited to welcome them.
I'm Aiden Cunliffe. I play trumpet, and I'm in the marching band, jazz band, and wind ensemble. My favorite band memory is the drive homes with Ben after Mountain Star rehearsals. I think Georgia has left a really big impression on me. It's been one of my favorite pieces for a very long time, and it's helped me as a player a lot. I think Ben has been that person. He's been always driving me to be not in like a range or like playing or whatnot, but like as like a better person, and like in the playing. Like every time I sit down to practice, I always listen to the things that he's told me during rehearsals and like put that in my practice, and it's made me exponentially better. I think that when things get hard, to not just give up, and to just like not giving up, and just because something's hard doesn't mean you can't work at it, and just keep going. Probably my range. I know some people recognize it, but I feel like I've put a lot of time into my range, and all of it. I mean, from rehearsals to practices to performances, from like super early wake ups, even though everybody hates those. When you look back on it, it's like it's all worth it. Go to Weber State, get a business degree, hopefully keep my business that I've started, go full time in that, just kind of grow my life. Definitely Windsor. When I came here, I was really worried about having a mean band director, and he was just amazing, and it was so welcoming. He made me fall back in love with band. And to all the other directors too, especially Bibber, it was awesome having two very good band directors. Thank you to Mom for getting me into band, my dad for always supporting me and always pushing me to be better.
Hello, I'm Harper Frunk. I have participated in many ensembles. As a percussion president, I have participated in concert band, wind ensemble, jazz band, marching band. I've also done indoor percussion, so that's all percussion for everything. Concert is just your typical, and then for jazz band, it'll be drum set. I think one of my favorite band memories has to be medieval times when we went to tour. Everybody just got so into it, and we were all cheering as loud as we could have. I immediately lost my voice like an hour into it, and it was definitely the most fun I've had in a long time. One song that has left a lasting impression on me has definitely been Vortex in jazz band. It's hard to pick any song through all of the ensembles I've played with, but Vortex has been one where I really pushed myself, and I was able to really jam out and have a lot of fun, which I usually struggle to look like I have a lot of fun while I play. I think someone who's had one of the biggest impacts on my band experience has been Olivia Bingham. She has really helped me all the way through junior high. Learning notes was really difficult for me. She always helped me, especially because she plays a woodwind instrument, so it's like her specialty, so it's really helped me grow as a player. Band has taught me to really enjoy every moment, especially like every competition will be different, every performance is going to be different, everything that you do with everyone is going to be different, and so you just have to enjoy the process of learning it all happen. Even if you hate the process and it takes a really long time, you have to learn how to enjoy it, because the finished product will always be better than what you start with, and so there's a lot of pride to be had when you look back and see where you started and you enjoyed it then, and then to see where you're ending now, and then you can really just look back and be so proud of yourself yourself and proud of everybody around you. Something I'm really proud of is my ability to sight read recently. When I was in junior high, I really struggled with it, and then I came up to high school and I was, forced to fly or I would die, so I had to learn how to sight read fast, and then once I started to learn it, everything just became more enjoyable, and I became a lot less stressed as well because I knew to trust myself and my abilities. I will definitely miss all the people I've shared these experiences with. I don't know if I'll ever get the same opportunities as I do right now to perform with them and to hang out with them, and so I will definitely miss all the people I've met and all the people who have taught me to become a better player and a better person in the process. I plan to go into veterinary medicine. Animals has always been kind of my, two halves of my whole. You've got music and you have animals, and so I've always wanted to leave a lasting impact on just everyone I come across, whether it be through, talking to them, performing with them, or even just saying hi to them. I definitely want to thank my family for helping me get into this stuff. I've been very inspired by some of my older siblings to get into band, and I want to thank my parents for always helping me pay for some of these options to come learn, how to play music, and then learning, how to really push yourself through everything. And I definitely want to thank them for putting up with all of the hacking on pads through our house and all the drum set playing that my neighbors could definitely hear. So yeah, I just want to thank my family for supporting me all these years.
favorites are probably the late night marching band rehearsals, especially the drive home with Aiden. those are tons of fun. And the nights after concerts, where me and my friends would go out to Menchie's, called the Big M. For jazz, I would probably say the Chicken, just because it's one of the first pieces we played, and it had this really cool, like, solo thing in the tenor saxophone, and it was a lot of fun, and it kind of challenged me to become a lot better at my instrument. For wind ensemble, I would probably say Pictures at an Exhibition. I don't think we ever played it in a concert, but it was extremely fun to sight read. It kind of got me into what it means for a symphony to play a piece. It was really cool. Probably to stay consistent and not compare yourself to anybody else. They often say comparison is a thief of joy, and I definitely agree with that. There's been times where if you ever scroll on Instagram or YouTube, you'll see a player that's a lot better than you, and you'll feel bad about your own playing, but you just gotta remember you have your own voice, and you need to develop your own skills. You can't think about how good other people are. And yeah, just stay consistent. I've learned that a lot. If you're not consistent, then you won't make progress. So that consistency's got to stay there for anything you do. I would probably say Mr. Van Bibber. I just think he brings great energy. You bring great energy to the band and the ensemble, and you've made the band experience a lot of fun. And you push me to become better because you give us really challenging pieces, and they're tons of fun to play. Just love the energy you bring. I would say my dedication. I practice all the time. There have been tons of nights where I've stayed up like past midnight practicing, just because it's fun, or I'm mad about my playing and I'm trying to get better. But it's just, I feel like a lot of other people are, their band is kind of their secondary thing, but for me, I'd say it's probably one of my primary things, and I don't think people see that, just because they don't see band as their primary thing that they're doing, and so, yeah, I'd just say my dedication is what a lot of people don't see. I would say the environment, the vibes, the people. It's a ton of fun to be playing. I look forward to band every day, just because we get to play super fun pieces. Van Bibber brings all this great energy to the band, and I'm sitting with my friends. We all have a great time in band, and it's a lot of fun to play our instrument. Probably going to go to Weber State University and get a major in business and a minor in music. Probably find a career in business, maybe social media, business and social media, mix of those two. And I'm going to continue to play my instruments, hopefully joining a band or doing gigs, stuff like that. If anything, I just want to keep playing my instruments. And I'll also be marching with the Battalion Drum and Bugle Corps this summer, which I plan to continue doing that. Maybe not just with the battalion, but I want to try and branch off to other corps. There's Boston Crusaders, Blue Knights, Blue Devils, that kind of thing. So, yeah, drum corps is also very important to me. That seems like a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody. Every one of those people, my family, my friends, teachers, everybody that's just kept me going, kept me staying consistent, and kept the energy high when maybe I was feeling down, felt like I wanted to quit, didn't want to do this anymore, but everybody else just seems to lift me up, and I appreciate them for that. Thank you guys.
know this has been long-winded, so I'm going to make this quick. I have a couple students I really need to recognize tonight. So, okay, we have some MVPs tonight, and so I want to recognize our sophomore MVP, Justice Nichols. Our junior MVP is Samuel Taylor. And our senior MVP is Benjamin Kemplin. These are some of our staples within the jazz band that hold us together. And I have one more award. This is a national award. This is one that his name will go on a national register. And oh man, his name will also go on this new plaque that will be hung in the band room. This is the Louis Armstrong Award, and this goes to an outstanding performer. And in this case, I'm also going to add an outstanding composer, because this award goes to Charlie Edwards. So, you're going down in history, Weber High history, right here on the wall. You're not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to excuse our juniors and seniors, our juniors and sophomores, and this is our senior-only song. So, I'm going to bring my seniors up front, and we're going to serenade you a little bit. With some good old senior cry or tears. No, there's no tears tonight, right guys? No tears. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to switch things up, okay? I'm going to recognize our seniors right now while we're waiting for Ben, okay? Each one of our seniors are going to get this record right here, and it has their name, class of 2026. It was going to be really cool, and it was going to, you could like put it on a record player and it'd play like the Weber Hi-Fi song, but that's really expensive. So this is totally blank, and you get to fill it with memories. That was really cheesy. Okay, so at the end of the concert, come please pick up your senior gift. This is my gift from you. I love each and every one of you. You will be missed. And no tears while we play A Star Stolen from the Night Sky. celebrate Weber High's centennial year. And our band orchestra choir music department has commissioned Ryan Murphy to write a piece just for us to commemorate our 100-year anniversary. And we are inviting alumni to come back and join us. So if you are a singer, a band alumni, an orchestra alumni, please come back. We're going to fill the stage with our current members and alumni. Scan the QR code if you're interested. We'll send out more information in the fall. But we want you involved in celebrating 100 years of Weber High. And so this information, I'll post this on the band website, weberhighbands.com, and so you can see it there as well. But if you're interested, come join us. It's going to be a fantastic time, and we're really excited to have this brand new piece of music that we will premiere from Ryan Murphy. So come join us. All right, this next piece is Quadra 11. Thank you, and we'll miss you, seniors. Love you guys. That was all for tonight.